What's up, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at my Resident Evil collection. I made a video about this once before, but my first introduction to the Resident Evil series was actually by my mom. We went to Walmart, she got me my first PlayStation, and the first game that she got me for the PlayStation was Resident Evil 2. Now, I had never played a game like this before, and I'm not going to lie, when I first started playing it, I had a hard time because I went from Super Nintendo to PlayStation, and I wasn't used to the controls. I wasn't used to like the 3D environment. But once I got used to the controls, I fell in love with this game. And I gotta say that the first time I played this, it was scary. I was actually scared of a video game. It's my first introduction to survival horror. I was very new to the PlayStation. I always thought Resident Evil 2 was the first one. I didn't know. I just thought that's the name of the game. I didn't know there was a first one. It wasn't until later on that I went to Hastings and I saw this. I was like, what is this? Of course I had to pick it up, right? And when I popped it in the PlayStation, I was blown away. This was the first time in a video game that I've ever seen real life actors. I played through this game too. I loved it. Now, later on, of course, they came out with Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. And that was it. I was addicted. I was hooked to survival horror. I was hooked to Resident Evil. Of course, I played through this one also. I fell in love with the Resident Evil series. And then, something happened. Something awesome happened, I guess. I guess you can call it awesome. The Dreamcast came out, and I had no interest in getting the Dreamcast. I love my PlayStation. I didn't want anything else until they announced Code Veronica. Well, I bought a Dreamcast just to play this, and another banger, man. They just kept pumping out awesome Resident Evil games, and I love the Resident Evil series up to a point. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Now, we had 4 awesome Resident Evil games. And then PlayStation 2 came out, and they came out with Code Veronica X. And, of course, I got it. I don't know if there's a difference. I really don't know if there's a difference, but I did play through this one. It just gave me the excuse to play through Code Veronica once again. Alright, so we had 4 awesome Resident Evil games. And then something crazy happened. Well, before I get to that, I kind of got like desensitized to being scared of like video games or of horror video games, except for one game that I refused to play with the lights off. But that's another video for another time. Some time had passed. The GameCube had been out. I didn't have one, but I remember, and I'll never forget, one birthday, my grandparents got me a GameCube. And I also got for the GameCube on my birthday that day was the Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil Zero. And I gotta say that this remake is awesome. It's awesome. If anybody ever says that they need to remake the first one, they need to play this one, because this is an awesome remake. As a matter of fact, if you don't have a GameCube and you have a PlayStation 4, just pick this one up, the Resident Evil Origins Collection. It's got Resident Evil 0 and 1 in HD, and they're both the remakes. And they're both freaking killer, man. I'm telling you, they're killer. They're awesome. I played through the first Resident Evil on the GameCube. And again, I got scared. And I like that. If a game could scare me, it means it's good. And this one scared me. Of course, I played through this one first. And then I went back and started playing Resident Evil 0. Kind of went backwards. But yeah, these are 2 amazing games that if you don't have them, pick them up. And of course, like I said, if you don't have a GameCube, get them on PlayStation 4. Download them or whatever. And then they announced this, Resident Evil 3 on the GameCube. And I thought, yes, this is going to be another awesome remake. And no, it wasn't. It was just a port from the PlayStation to the GameCube. which sucked. Did I play through it? Yes, of course I did. It just gave me an excuse to play through it again. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting for a Resident Evil 2 remake for the GameCube. And nothing happened. Finally, here it comes. Resident Evil 2. Was it the remake? Like Resident Evil 1? No, it wasn't. It was just another port from the PlayStation. Did I play through this one? No, I didn't. I have it, but I skipped through it. As a matter of fact, I didn't pick this game up when it first came out because it wasn't the remake. I actually got this a while back from a buddy of mine, but I needed to have it because it was on the GameCube and I have the other ones on the GameCube, so I needed this one. So here we go. Resident Evil 4 came out on the GameCube, and this game didn't scare me. It didn't scare me, but I'll tell you what, it's a damn good game. I love this game. As a matter of fact, I loved it so much, I picked it up for the Wii. This game, I did not love. And let me tell you why I didn't love it. It's the same game. They're both the same game. The only difference is the controls. I like the controls for the GameCube. I hated the controls for the Wii. I hated that pointing and aiming. I didn't like that. So I did play through a little bit of this game for like the first 10 minutes, and then I was like, I can't do it because of the controls. If anything, if I wanted to play it again, I'll go back and just play the GameCube version. But a buddy of mine's hooked me up with this game. It's for the PS3. It's the Biohazard Revival Selection, which is Code Veronica and Resident Evil 4. I don't know if you can pick this one up in the States. I know he ordered it from Japan. So, yeah, it's all, it looks nice, but it's all in Japanese. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can focus that in. Anyway, it's all in Japanese, but he said it's very playable. I believe he said that it's in English, but the text is in Japanese. But really, like, it's got pictures of weapons. I mean, what more do you need, right? It's very playable, he said. Anyway, I might try it out on the PS3 just to see if there's like a big difference if this is an HD or whatever. But I don't know. He said it was pretty good, so I'll try it out. I just recently got that one not too long ago. I also got Resident Evil 2 on the N64. Now this one, I do want to play through again because he said this was very different from the PlayStation version and the GameCube version. It's got more content, I guess, more story to it. I don't know, but if you do happen to pick this up, this game is actually kind of heavy. You need to get the expansion pack because otherwise you won't be able to play it on the N64. By the way, I got Resident Evil 0 on the Wii also. I haven't played this game yet. I don't know if it's going to be your point and shoot with the Wii motes, but I don't know if I'll ever try this one out. Now, let's take a look at some of the Resident Evil games that I have that I really didn't like too much. For the PlayStation 3, well, I can't really, well, you know what, I can't really say I didn't like it because I really haven't played it that much. But I'm sorry, I said PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360. I have Resident Evil 5. And man, you know what, I've had this game for so long, I don't remember if I played through it. I really don't. I must have not played through it because if I did, I would have remembered. I played a little bit of it and that was it. I do have it on the PS3. The only reason I have it on the PS3 is because my buddy hooked me up with it. It's the Gold Edition. I don't know what the difference is. I'm pretty sure there is. If you know, let me know down in the comments below. But I don't know. Anyways, got this one. A game that I haven't played that my son, actually my son loves this one, is Resident Evil 6. I didn't play it. I haven't played it. I seen him play a little bit, and from what I seen, it looks cool, but I don't know. It's got a lot of bad reviews, and I shouldn't have listened to the reviews before playing this game. That's probably why I don't play it now, because of all the shitty reviews it's got. But I don't know, if you like it, let me know what you think about this one. But to be honest with you, I've never played this one. My son loves it, but I've never played it. I don't know if it's any good or not. I got these at work. I used to work for a grocery store back in the day. And in our back room where we had like all our back stock and stuff, there was a tote on the very top shelf that said video games on it. And this was way back, like before I actually got into like some serious game collecting. So I got a ladder and I climbed up there just to see what was in that tote. And it was just a bunch of games, because at our grocery store we used to rent games out, but they stopped. So they got all the games off the shelf, and now that I think about it, damn it, I should have kept them games, because we ended up getting rid of them. But I did take some out. I got from the grocery store, actually, I got all these from the grocery store. Resident Evil Outbreak. I haven't played this game. I mean, I played a little bit of it. It wasn't really my cup of tea, but it was in there, so I grabbed it. And Resident Evil Outbreak File number 2. Now this one I definitely have not played it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about going back and trying these games again. I don't know if they're going to be any good or not. Like I said, I only played a little bit of it, but not really too much. I think I might be wrong, but I think they're online type of Resident Evil games. So it's whatever. And then I got Resident Evil Dead Aim for the PS2. Again, another game that I played a little bit of it, but no, you know what? I'm lying. No, I didn't, because it takes the GunCon 2, and I didn't have the GunCon. I do now, but then I didn't have it. I think I have this game, or I think I had this game downloaded on my PS3. I think it was part of free downloads or whatever, and you can use like the wands. So yeah, I might have played this. I don't remember, but did I play it? Maybe. Back in 2017, I was watching E3. I was watching PlayStation do all their big announcements for all the games that were coming out, and they announced this: Resident Evil Biohazard. Now, I got a couple of things to say about this game. First of all, it's in VR, and I've played it in VR, and let me tell you what, this has got to be the scariest shit I've ever played. If you gotta have some big balls if you're gonna play it in VR, because this game is scary. Like when you're in the game, like you're in the game. Everywhere I looked, I was like inside this big house. I was like, whoa! It got to the point when before I played this game, I had to make sure my doors were locked in my house because I was freaked out. Anyways, I never finished it, and here's the reason why. In VR mode, I was playing it on easy, and it was hard. If you just play it with the controller on the TV on easy, it's easy. But to tell you the truth, even though it says Resident Evil on it, this just wasn't a Resident Evil game to me. It didn't feel like a Resident Evil game. This was something else, but it was scary as shit, and I highly recommend you pick it up and play it. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to go back and play it, but I'm going to play it in VR. I'm going to play it on the TV with just a controller so I can try to actually finish it. I owe the game that much. If a game scares me that much, I owe it to at least finish it. Now for the game that I have been waiting for since the GameCube. And I couldn't believe they were doing it, but they did it. A Resident Evil 2 remake. And let me tell you what, this game is the shit. I mean, it is the bomb. I love this game. I finished it in 10 hours with my son by my side because he wanted to watch me play the game. I finished it with Claire. Now I need to go back and finish it with Leon so I can continue unlocking like costumes and weapons and stuff like that. But even if I tried playing this game by myself and my son was in the other room playing his Fortnite, as soon as he heard that PlayStation come on, he'd run in here to make sure I wasn't playing this because he wanted to see this game from the beginning to the end. And he did. We sat here and it took us, like I said, 10 hours to get through it. But yes, This game is awesome. If you don't have it, go get it because it is the shit. The atmosphere in this game is awesome. It's spooky, it's scary, you know. When you're in the police station and you're running down like the dark hallways. Oh man. Had me sweating a little bit. But the game looks beautiful. It plays amazing. Like I said, go pick it up. Now, that's all of my Resident Evil collection. What I think would be awesome, what I think would be really, really awesome, is if they did a remake for Nemesis and a remake for Code Veronica. And that would be like the most perfect Resident Evil games ever made. Because to me, Resident Evil is 0, the first one, the second one, the third one, Code Veronica, and the fourth one. Those are like the best in the series. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but I think those are the best in the series. Biohazard, it's, I don't know. I might think different of it once I finish it, but I don't know. I love Resident Evil, and I love survival horror. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.